So you've got your eye on a Les Paul. I mean, who wouldn't? It's a legend. But before you take the plunge, I think there's a few things you need to know. And as someone who's owned multiple over the years, I've learned that these guitars come with some quirks. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why you should not buy a Les Paul. So let's go. My name's AJ and welcome to the video, and let's get started. The number one reason why you should not buy a Les Paul is the G string does not stay in tune. You've probably heard this before, and it's true. This goes for my Les Paul Standard, this goes for my Les Paul Studio, and this goes for my Les Paul Melody Maker. Now, the reason why it does not stay in tune is because it's actually an engineering flaw in the headstocks of Gibson Les Pauls. It's because of the angle of the headstock, and it's also because of the string break angle from the nut to the tuning peg. Now you're probably wondering, is there anything I could do about this tuning instability? Well, the more expensive options are you could change the tuning pegs to locking tuners. Apparently that works great for some people. You can change the nut to a Graphtec nut. That also works for a lot of people. Or the cheaper options are, and this is what I did, is I bought nut lubricant on Amazon. I think it goes for about $19 for the bottle. And you apply some of that to the nut, and that works really, really well. Or some people have had success with using a pencil and using the lead of that pencil to basically draw between the nut slot and the string. And that seems to work really well. But it's not a perfect fix, so if you're playing a set, make sure you're tuning in between songs. And that's pretty much all you could do with this tuning issue. Reason number 2 why you should not get a Les Paul is they are susceptible to headstock breaks. I've had this unfortunate event happen to my Les Paul Studio. This guitar was on a stand, it did a face plant, and it cracked the headstock. And quite recently, I got a text from my friend Jeremy. Same thing happened to his Les Paul, and his headstock completely broke off. I know it sounds horrifying, especially when it happens to your number one guitar, but there's definitely things you could do. 1, take care of your guitar, but if it does happen to you, make sure you find a good luthier, which I thankfully did. I had a guy named Steve fix my guitar and also fix my friend Jeremy's guitar, and I've not had any issues with it ever since then. One thing to remember, if you do have a headstock break and you fix your Les Paul, that the resale value is gonna decrease significantly. Now, to me, it doesn't matter about my Les Paul Studio because this is a forever guitar and I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. But for you, if that guitar is an investment and you're wanting to flip it or sell it, yeah, the resale value on it is gonna decrease significantly. Reason number 3, Les Pauls are heavy guitars. My Les Paul Standard comes in at around 9 pounds. My Les Paul Studio comes in a little bit heavier than that, I think 9.2 pounds, so keep that in mind. If you have left shoulder and low back problems and play long sets, then you know these guitars are gonna take a toll on your body. So what can you do about the weight of Les Pauls? Well, unfortunately, not much. The best thing that you could do is find an alternative to the Les Paul that does the Les Paul thing, but with a lighter body. That's pretty much all you can do. So be aware that the Les Pauls are heavy guitars. Reason number 4, Les Pauls are not very customizable. And what I mean by that is they have a set neck and the pickup cavities are basically routed for humbuckers. That's pretty much all you can do with it. They're not like Fender guitars. Check out this custom made Jazzmaster that I have. Basically, I changed out the pickup, I changed the pick guard, and I put a custom neck so I can put a left-handed neck on it. So basically this guitar is all custom, even though it was spec'd like a regular Fender Jazzmaster. So if you are into building or rebuilding guitars and using parts, Les Pauls are definitely not the guitar to do that with. Having said that, you can definitely do mods to Les Pauls. You can change the pickups. My Les Paul Studio has the slash pickups, and I've also changed the wiring out, and I always put the Jimmy Page Treble Bleed circuit on all my guitars, so you can definitely do some mods to it. You just can't do any physical mods. So yeah, take that into account, okay? And reason number 5 why you should not buy a Les Paul is, you know it was coming, they are expensive. And as a Canadian, they're even more expensive with the whole tariff situation. If you want to know more about tariffs, I have a video about the tariffs. I'll post it right here. If you've been looking at Les Pauls, then you know that they are pricey. The Les Paul Studios, I think, go for just under $2,000. Les Paul Standards go for $2,500 and up. And sky's the limit on Les Paul Customs, custom shops, and the limited run artist editions, like the Kirk Hammett editions coming out pretty quick here. But the great thing about Les Pauls is they're an investment and they keep their value as long as you treat it really well and keep it in good condition. My Les Paul Standard, I think I bought for about $2,500, and I could probably sell this guitar for the exact same. So it's definitely an investment. Other cheaper options, of course, there's the Epiphone guitars if you want to still do the Les Paul thing. I love that the Epiphones these days have the open book headstock, which makes it a little bit more Gibson-like. I actually have a video where I shoot out my friend's Epiphone Les Paul Standard with my Gibson Les Paul Standard. I'll link that up here, and it was pretty close. And of course, there's other brands that do the Les Paul thing, so just do some research, go to a guitar store, test them out, if a Gibson is not in your budget. That's it. Those are the 5 reasons why I think you should not buy a Les Paul. Now, the reason why I made this video is because I wanted to highlight those for you if you're thinking about buying a Les Paul. Now, obviously, I love Les Pauls. I've been playing them since I was a kid, and those reasons aren't big enough for me not to have them. I truly love Les Pauls. I love how they look. I love how they sound. And a lot of my heroes played them. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. If Les Pauls are not your thing, then you might like a Firebird. I'll post a video about Firebirds right here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.